Good morning, everybody. Just doing a little test here. Pitt's on the line right here.
Yep, here I am.
So, so it seems like you might have something to rant about.
Mm, let's see. Oh yeah, about those ads. Oh yeah, yeah. Pretty much there's this whole game going on called Girls X Battle or Times Battle, however you pronounce it. Coming out with some of the most ridiculous ads I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and some of them are questionable to the point where you think that loser Matt Watson made it.
I mean, one of them. What? There are plenty of ones that are like level 1 friend, level 5 girlfriend, if it's level 20 wife. And it's like, and first off, why is the girlfriend pregnant? Why is your level 5 girlfriend pregnant? Even I remember seeing one where it showed two females. One of them was like, "Teacher, I'm pregnant." And the other one was saying, "Teacher, I'm your girlfriend." And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much to sum it up. So I really don't know how much else to say other than how ridiculous they are.
Yeah, and I wonder what the game's really like.
I wonder too, but I don't know if I want to find out.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend my money on that. If anything, it's probably going to be the biggest disappointment you're ever going to see.
It probably is going to be a big disappointment. I guarantee you all the stuff it shows in the ads is not the actual game. I guarantee you that.
I guarantee that too. All right, I have something to rant about.
And what's that?
Viacom is at it again.
Oh boy, what happened this time?
Do you know what Viacom is?
Hmm. Give me a reminder.
They're like one of these like these companies that partner companies. These for like TV shows,
Oh,
and
okay.
they actually have hold the rights, at least some of the rights to a lot of shows, like especially a lot of stuff from Spike TV, Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And let me just say, Viacom is the worst in a lot of ways. Because for one, they're like the epitome of corporate greed. And they can't even take criticism. Like, even if you make a video that's completely fair use, and and has their properties in it, they'll take it down, and then you'll have to fight to get it back up.
Okay.
I don't know what their problem is, but well, I've actually seen this happen once before when I used to have DirecTV. DirecTV is planning to drop Viacom channels once again.
Oh, yep.
They've done this. They've done this like twice now that I know about. It was ridiculous. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't. If they want to do something like that, they have the right to do so.
But yet there are people who pay for those channels, and yet they're dropping them.
Well, they're just gonna have to. Well, it's simple. That company's just gonna have to fund up a hard way.
Yeah, and not to mention, cable sucks anyway.
Yeah, very true. Who uses cable anymore?
Quite a few people actually like I have one neighbor who has it specifically for the sports channels.
Well, I think that's true, but I think that's the only reason why people have it now.
And there are some other things like stuff to keep their kids occupied while they go work or whatever. It's ridiculous. And not to mention, you can't just choose what channels you get. I believe with like Sling, you can do that. But anyway, I started to wonder, is Sling the cable killer?
Who knows? But either way, cable's outdated because we have things like Netflix and online streaming and everything now.
And Sling.
Yeah, still really haven't heard much about that. It must not be popular.
Oh, it's fairly popular. I remember working with somebody who was pretty proud of it. And not to mention, I used to work with him. And also he had all these different ways, like to save money, like he always mentioned. He bought this, like big freezer, not the stand-up one, but the one that they open from the top. And he was saving a bunch of money by putting a lot of frozen foods in there, including popsicles. You like popsicles? I got a freezer full of popsicles. Freezer full of popsicles. What makes you think he actually has those down there?
Probably not.
Yeah, Herbert the pervert. Speaking of Family Guy, that's another thing that needs to just end.
Oh yeah, that show's been going on for literally years.
And it's literally later, the more later it gets, the worse the episodes get.
I have noticed that. I haven't seen any of the more recent ones, but I've noticed that.
Like you notice with like Fresh Hair, Brian's a bad father.
Yep.
Seriously, the Fresh Hair one was seriously something out of that Alan Gregory cartoon.
Fucking Alan Gregory, that stupid show.
Can you believe what he wanted to said he made with his teacher to prove that they're in not teacher, his elderly principal, that they're in a relationship.
I had to bring it up again of how stupid that was.
Yeah, I'd rather not on this program, but
yeah, I remember the first time I heard that, and I'm like, wait, no!
And why would he be sent back to school due to a recession anyway?
I have no idea.
He should have still been in school to begin with. But the thing is, he does not act like a mature child. He acts like an immature adult.
Yep.
And only like 6 or 7 episodes actually came out of that before cancellation.
I guess the show was canceled, though.
Yeah, I got enormously negative reviews. So yeah, and remember that tattoo artist I told you about? Forget his name.
Oh yeah, you did.
He's arrested, apparently.
Oh boy.
Apparently on Ice Poseidon. Ice Poseidon, his house had an FBI raid on it. Apparently, I didn't look too much into it. Why were they were even there? But ugh. What do you think? Yeah, and I forgot to mention Tyler Barris is finally behind bars. You don't remember him, the serial swatter?
Oh yeah, that dude. Well, it looks like you can't SWAT anymore.
At least for I don't know how many years. I don't think he's mentally handicapped. I don't think he has mental issues. I really just think he has evil in him.
If it really was mental issues, that guy should just see a psychiatrist or something.
Yeah, but so who's got some stories?
I pretty much got none. Do you?
Hmm. I don't know, but hey, anywho, are there any events you'd want to go to around the area that you've heard about?
Any events going on? Not that I know of, anyway. Is it like some festival coming up or something?
I don't know if there is, but yeah, I don't really go to events much due to money.
Yeah, a lot of them do cost money, so.
Yep. Yeah, and you sent me I sent you literally a video on how to make sloppy joes.
Yep.
Like bone snap those teeth. What does that even mean?
I was purposely misspelling bon appetit.
Oh,
So I purposely misspelled it.
yeah, a meme.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like about to make me some slappy Jose's. Boats appetit.
Even though Jose is Spanish for Joe. Or Joseph, whatever. I don't think I've had a sloppy Joe since back in the school cafeteria.
The last time I had one was probably earlier this year, actually.
Where'd you get? I would assume they were homemade.
Yeah, I made it myself with leftover burgers.
Okay.
I did. Never in my life have I seen him have Worcestershire
Do you think you're kind of you're kind of cutting out a little bit? Do you think you can find a better reception?
Well, usually has good reception. So, is this better?
I think so. You were saying?
I've never seen a sloppy Joe mix like that before, though. So that's pretty interesting.
Yep, it is. Like, have you, like, are there any weird recipes that you've seen?
Little recipes, huh? Let's see. Well, if I remember seeing. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Alright, most of it was old food, so I had to look up. Here, let's see. I think it's in this list. Anyway, you can tell about some stuff you've seen too. Any stuff you've seen?
Yeah, like I've seen some like weird things from TV shows. It was like I think it was in some Disney sitcom where they made this chicken, like pot pie, but they stuffed it with cheddar cheese, mini hot dogs, and onion rings.
Okay.
I don't even know how that would taste, but
Here's a weird dish I remember seeing: prawn stuffed apples.
what? I know what prawns are.
Yeah, but apparently the apples stuffed with prawns.
Yeah, that is weird. Like literally, there are some like weird food items from TV shows that I would actually want to try to recreate.
Oh, they may turn out good. You never know.
Yeah, you may like sushi pizza from Kitchen Nightmares.
Sushi pizza. Yeah, we could give that a try. Just buy some cheap sushi and some pizza and combine them.
Not just I'm trying to do it the way that they did it. They basically took like some sushi, put them in whatever, put them in a couple. I don't know. They just put them together. They added crab, mayonnaise, and cheese on top.
Yeah, it's not exactly easy to come across crab mayo though. So
I didn't say crab mayo. I thought it was crab and mayonnaise.
well, crab would be easy. Just get it from a grocery store.
And also mayonnaise doesn't seem too bad. Is not hard to come across at all. Heck, I have some in my fridge.
And I'm pretty sure I have some in my fridge too.
And then you have topped with cheese. I seriously wonder how that would taste.
We'll find out someday.
Yeah, we most definitely will. Can you hold on? I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right.
All right, you take over for a minute.
Well. So, yeah, I also have no idea what to say or anything. Considering there's nothing I can really do since I'm on it, like in a totally different town right now. Dang, the day seems to be going by a bit quick. It's almost noon already.
All right, I'm back. So as we're like speaking of TV shows going on too long isn't there? What was that anime about this detective gets turned into a kid?
Detective Conan, of course.
How many episodes did this one guy say there was with no close to getting any resolution?
Like 800 or something, if I remember right.
Yeah, seriously, how can you go on for that long?
A lot of shows can. It seems.
It's ridiculous. And didn't One Piece have like 18 seasons?
Something like that.
Yeah, I only know it from the infamous 4Kids dub. Let's just face it, 4Kids has had some good stuff. A lot of people knock it, but there was some good stuff.
There was, but overall, I mean, come on.
Yeah, like you had Pokemon. Heck, I'm pretty sure that's how we got introduced to Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That wasn't just good, that was awesome.
The earlier games were pretty good too.
Yeah, that show was pretty cool. At least that was good compared to Nickelodeon's first attempt at reviving it with that CG show. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Then there's this new one that they have, which I haven't personally seen, but it seems that they're getting some fairly positive feedback. Apparently, Nickelodeon released the very first episode on YouTube.
Okay.
Kind of the same thing that Disney did with the DuckTales remake. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a watch. Yeah, it's not like. Let me just tell you, I could say one of the weirdest and cheesiest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shows I saw was I think I can't remember what it was, what the name of it was, but it was basically it was live action, but let's put it this way. It was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like show with a Power Rangers like feel to it as far as cheesiness goes.
Okay. And I don't know how corny Power Rangers got, but I loved that stuff as a kid.
Yeah, we ate it up, but yeah, I think I know what it's called. I think it was called Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. I mean, I didn't get very far into the series, but apparently they add a fifth turtle at some point.
Okay.
And apparently it's a girl turtle, which you can't tell the difference worth crap from a male from a female. Well, it makes sense. They're turtles.
Yeah.
And also the movies that Michael Bay made. I only saw the first one, but I honestly didn't think it was that bad. Even though I thought the turtles, they looked ugly, to be honest with you. A lot of people knock it, but I didn't think it was that bad. I can't really say anything about the second movie because I didn't see it. Seriously, when even though the turtles looked ugly, their personalities still remained intact.
Yeah.
Like the moment Raphael started talking, I'm like, yep, he's unchanged. He's still that tough jerk,
Yeah, the hot-headed one.
Yeah. Donatello's still the smart one. Michelangelo is still goofy. Leonardo is still Leonardo. Man. People say that Megan Fox as April kind of skewed the whole movie, but to be honest, I wasn't there for anyone else but the turtles.
Well, they are the main characters after all.
Yeah, and one thing they did change was with Shredder's Foot Clan. They're like these. They're basically these gun-toting terrorists, domestic terrorists, or something like that.
Okay.
When you know in the original, his Foot Clan are ninjas.
Yeah, they are ninjas, not gun-toting terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think. Again, I didn't think it was too bad. Yeah, so yeah, what are some things you watched as a kid that you think either got ruined later on?
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people like Mystery Incorporated, but me and Pickens literally cannot stand it.
Yeah.
And we personally just cannot stand it. And what about Teen Titans?
That show too.
But what's funny is that the Teen Titans Go movie is actually considered really good. Well, the show is considered crap by most people. Even haters of
So
Teen.
apparently, for movie of it, it's apparently good. Then.
Yep. Yeah, and when was the last time you saw a 2D animation film in theaters?
I don't think. Dang. Have I even seen one in theaters now that I think about it?
I don't remember the last one I saw in theaters, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the last 2D animated film that was in theaters, I'm pretty sure Disney did it. I mean, there are some Disney animated films that people do not like, but I didn't think were that bad. Like, have you ever seen Brother Bear?
Maybe.
It's about this guy who gets turned into a bear. Bear
I'm
and
pretty sure I've seen that one.
yeah. Yeah, and like he's just like he's talking to these moose and he's like, I'm not a bear. Then you're one big beaver. I'm not a beaver, I'm a man. I was transformed into a bear magically. I can't remember the entire show. I haven't watched it for years, but I do remember seeing that in theaters. Yeah, that was back in the time when my mom. I don't even remember what my mom even telling us that's what me and my sister were gonna go see. Usually, it was a surprise. Like I remember seeing Finding Nemo in theaters.
I saw it on DVD.
Yeah, it's funny is I still have it on VHS.
I think we have a lot of movies on VHS. We have to get rid of them though.
Yeah, and then you had Home on the Range by Disney.
Whatever that one is.
A lot of people did not like that film, but I thought it was okay. If there's one thing I didn't like, I am not a Roseanne Barr fan. She voices one of the cows, the main cow. And I honestly don't care. So basically, it's about this. So basically, the whole thing is about this farm, and all the animals, and basically, but then the farm is about to get shut down. So these three cows decide they're going to try to save it by getting the money from bringing bringing this, like outlaw Slim to justice.
Okay.
He's basically a cow rustler who basically gets rustles cows by making him follow him by singing. Do you not remember when I showed you that weird musical number where it's just like an acid trip?
No.
Yodel, 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 you let me just tell you, it's the weirdest thing ever. A lot of people don't like that song either, but eh. One person actually saying it was like smoking Disney.
Okay.
Basically, when everybody starts, so when he starts singing, everything like turns colorful, even the cows. Basically, what his singing does is it hypnotizes the cows. I don't know how that's possible, but so that's how he rustles them.
I guess he must have been on an acid trip or something.
I remember later on he has these two henchmen. Let me just tell you, they are the dumbest people ever. Do you want to know how dumb they are?
That,
So he's just trying to put on a dis. So he puts on a disguise because he's actually planning, to buy the farm. Like to basically sell all of his rustled cows.
okay.
At least I think that's the motive. I haven't seen it in years either. So this is how dumb they are. So he puts on this disguise. They're like, "Oh, who are you?" And then they just throw something at him. So even when he takes off the disguise, like one of the henchmen actually puts on like part of it, and then the other one's like, "Ah, who are you?" How much dumber can you get?
I mean, what?
I think this should conclude this stream right now.
Yes, I really don't have much to say. I don't know about you, though.
Hey, you want to meet up later?
Meet up later, huh? Like for what? Like to do what exactly?
Just hang. I don't know. You said you're off work today.
Yep, I definitely am.
All right. Anyhow, stay on the line for a minute, and let's conclude the stream.
All right, let's do this.
See you, everybody.